On February 13th, 2016, the public were stunned after Kanye West personally tweeted out the following. I write this to you, my brothers, while still $53 million in personal debt. Please pray we overcome. This is my true heart. Kanye West, the rapper, was sold over 38 million units throughout the course of his career, with multiple platinum records, shoes designed with Nike and Adidas, and seemingly unlimited fame, was $53 million in debt. That is something that is unfathomable, and a statement almost impossible to believe when it came out. Not to mention, Mr. West was married at the time to one of the wealthiest women in the world, in Kim Kardashian. While this seems outrageous, many athletes in the past who made tens of millions throughout their professional career have lost it all. Similarly, people who win millions in the lottery are notorious for losing it all within a short period of time. But surely someone with the vision, work ethic, creativity, fame of Kanye West should have solid spending habits, right? Well, let's take a closer look at the curious case of Kanye West. How he made millions, lost it all, and then became a billionaire. As previously mentioned, fans found themselves baffled by the apparent lack of financial restraint and his unexpected display of humility. The rap icon, burdened by the excessive financial commitments, found himself in a predicament. This predicament is much more emblematic of the unforgiving nature of the fashion industry. The fact that a successful rapper with a music catalog amounting to over $90 million can still be in debt, despite all of it, evidences the true costs associated with the fashion industry. This realm demands substantial initial investments while offering meager assurances of success in return. Despite a growing public admiration for his creations, Kanye West was forced to confront the harsh realities of this industry through painful experiences. So, in order to understand this Kanye situation, let's take it all the way back to 2009, following the release of 808s and Heartbreak in 2008. It was at this time Kanye West set aside all his musical pursuits to concentrate solely on his fashion label Pastelle, only to see it close its doors a mere 7 months later. In addition, considerable expenses were incurred in the development of his good music merchandise, which was targeted at the fans of his record label. His venture into high-end women's fashion in 2011 under the brand Kanye West proved equally fruitless, never making it to store shelves. 2 years later, in a 2013 interview with founder of the French fashion line APC, which collaborated with West on capsule collections, this endeavor left the rapper in the red in the tune of $30 million. His collaboration with Nike, particularly in the realm of highly coveted Nike Air Yeezy sneakers, did little to alleviate his financial challenges. West openly disclosed that he did not receive a share of the sales, sparking a continuous dispute that eventually led him to shift his allegiances to Adidas. Here, he believed he could secure a more financially rewarding arrangement and enjoy greater creative freedom. At Adidas, West seized the opportunity to diversify his profile by delving into clothing and orchestrating extravagant fashion shows in packed arenas, an impressive feat accomplished 3 times in a single year. During his inaugural season in 2015, West candidly admitted to BET that he had amassed an astonishing $16 million in debt while launching his fashion line. He said, quote, "I was trying to play a sport that's a billionaire sport. It's not a millionaire sport, and I'm proud of the debt," he boasted. While these numbers may appear imposing, they come as no surprise to industry insiders accustomed to devising business strategies for visionaries like West, who possesses ambitious visions but often lacks a precise understanding of the associated expenses. According to Jonathan Reed, a CEO of a brand consultancy, CS Global, The costs tied to production, sales, procurement, marketing, and the establishment of a necessary logistical infrastructure for a fashion line are substantial in their own right. Nonetheless, it is a process of expanding the product range and orchestrating elaborate fashion presentations that truly inflate the capital requirements. We all know Kanye West has always been an extravagant spender in his own right, in order to create an experience with his art. West is on the list of the most expensive music videos ever made, twice. 2006 Touch the Sky cost around $1 million, and a year later he followed it up with Stronger, which cashed in at $1.2 million to create. Not to mention the millions upon millions he spent in order to create a live experience with his Glow in the Dark tour, Watch the Throne tour, Yeezy's tour, and St. Pablo tour. But the one thing that Kanye West understood was that in order to make money, you have to spend money. And while the height of his spending capitulated in February 2016, he realized that they were all investments in order to make extraordinary sums of money later on down the line. This was even more evident when only 2 days after announcing his $53 million in debt, Kanye begged Mark Zuckerberg to give him money, tweeting out, "Mark Zuckerberg, invest $1 billion into Kanye West ideas." West never received that $1 billion investment from Zuckerberg. However, it seems that West has managed to resolve his financial troubles. Forbes reported that his clothing brand Yeezy has blossomed into a $1 billion empire. And since then, Forbes approximates that West has amassed more than $150 million in pre-tax earnings in a single year alone. The lion's share of that income can be attributed to the lucrative Adidas partnership for his Yeezy line, which exceeded $1.5 billion in sales in 2019. As per Forbes, which has exclusive access to Ye's financial records, the rapper's Yeezy clothing line constitutes the lion's share of his overall net worth. The brand achieved a staggering $1.3 billion in revenue in 2020, and while precise figures regarding West's personal earnings from the line remain somewhat elusive, estimates suggest that he likely pockets around 11% of that number. This calculation would put his recent income in 2020 from the company at a substantial $143 million. Later that year, it was announced that West would embark on a multi-year Yeezy collaboration with Gap. This partnership was anticipated to contribute significantly to West's wealth, with estimates pegging its value at approximately $970 million. According to Bloomberg, the collection was projected to achieve sales exceeding $150 million in its inaugural full year in 2022. However, we know that this did not turn out as expected, as Gap terminated the deal in 2022, leaving the true potential forever shrouded in uncertainty. Ye's net worth once soared to astounding estimated $2 billion. Nevertheless, with his Yeezy brand's collaboration with Adidas accounting for a substantial $1.5 billion of that total, his current estimated net worth stands at around $400 million, as reported by Forbes. Now, this change in fortune comes in the wake of the conclusion we saw in 2022 with the closure of his partnership with the German Brace brand. In October 2022, Adidas parted ways with Ye in the wake of the rapper's controversial remarks on social media and in interviews, including comments deemed as anti-Semitic. This decision came amidst mounting pressure on the company, along with many other brands with ties to Kanye, to sever their associations with him. Adidas is currently wrestling with the challenge of filling the void left by the departure of their flagship Yeezy line, which analysts estimate contribute up to 15% of its net income. Adidas' separation from Ye and the difficulties in marketing his hugely popular Yeezy footwear collection had a substantial impact on the earnings of the final quarter of 2022. This resulted in a considerable net loss of 513 million euros, which is approximately equivalent to $540 million. Yeah, that's rough. This downturn in the fourth quarter financial performance can be attributed not only to Yeezy-related challenges, but also rising supply costs and a decrease in revenue from China. It stands in stark contrast to the approximately $225 million of profit recorded in the same period in 2021. The company may continue to face losses in the foreseeable future given its projection of a potential $535 million earnings setback for the year if it chooses not to repurpose its remaining Yeezy inventory. Adidas is estimating an operating loss of nearly $715 million this year. One thing is clear from the story of Kanye West, though. It takes extraordinary sums of money in order to build a successful business to the scale of Adidas and the Yeezy partnership. The fashion line requires a high level of capital in order to create a successful brand. Considering the fame and influence the rapper has, it's no wonder to see his investments eventually pay off. But at the same time, this is a very, very strong lesson that you can lose it all in the snap of a finger if you aren't careful.